I suppose it must have been Dad's voice. Harry's last thought before he drifted into a dream-filled sleep where parrots gabbled at him in a language he could not understand, and he could make no reply. The dreams turned at last into a nightmare in which he became very tiny, the size of a sunflower seed, and he knew that any moment a parrot would pick him up in a great hooked bill and crack him wide open. Harry woke with a start. He looked at the luminous face of his watch. It was 5:30. Outside, the day was thinking of getting light. He lay still for a moment, enjoying the relief of his escape from the nightmare parrots and thinking about the real one downstairs. OK, Great Uncle George doesn't seem to have taught Madison anything, but there's no reason why I shouldn't. There are only mimics. They are only mimics, after all, not intelligent creatures, just good at copying. All you have to do is keep on saying the same thing over and over again, and sooner or later they catch on. About 100 times should be enough, I should think, and then, when they've got it, you teach them something else. But now, it's Sunday. Mum and Dad won't be getting up for ages. It's a good time. What shall I start with? I know, I'll teach him to say his name, but then it's no good just getting him to say Madison. That'd be like me going about saying Harry to people. No, I know, I'll train him to say, my name is Madison. Harry jumped out of bed, putting on his dressing gown, opened the door, and, for once, went down the stairs very slowly and quietly. Closing the sitting room door behind him, he went over to the parrot cage and stood beside it. It was on a level with his head. Harry put on his sneering Gestapo interrogator face. "We have ways of making you talk," he said between clenched teeth. The parrot said nothing. Harry took a deep breath. 100 times, he said to himself. I'll say it 100 times. He leaned forward till his lips were almost against the wire bars of the cage, as close as possible to where he thought the bird's ear must be, and, speaking slowly and clearly, as you would to a foreigner or someone rather deaf, he said, "My name is Madison." The parrot scratched the side of his bare, scaly face with one foot. "If you say so, buddy," he said clearly, "but that would be a remarkable coincidence, seeing that my name is Madison also." Harry's mouth fell open. He felt amazement, embarrassment, wild excitement, all at the same time. "What's the matter?" said Madison pleasantly. "Cat got your tongue?" "You can talk," said Harry at last in a kind of hoarse whisper. "Uh-huh. Properly? Sure, maybe a mite differently from you, seeing I was raised in America, but boy, I sure can talk." "But I thought parrots could only say a few words." "Depends how well they've been taught. I've been all my life with a professor of linguistics, dead now, but what a guy! Great Uncle George." "George Holdsworth was your great uncle? You're a Holdsworth?" "Yes, he left you to me in his will." Madison scratched the other side of his face. "Gee," he said, "that explains it all. They shoved me in that box, drove me to the airport, and next thing I know, I'm at Heathrow. Madison Holdsworth, I said to myself, it's London Zoo for you, I guess. Instead of which, I'm back with the family. Boy, am I glad to be here." He cocked an eye at the ceiling. "Thanks, George," he said. "Why did Great Uncle George call you Madison?" Harry asked. "James Madison, 4th President of the United States of America from 1809 till 1817. Came after Thomas Jefferson and before James Monroe." "Oh," said Harry, "why did he call you after the 4th president?" "Simple," said Madison. "I was his 4th parrot. Washington died in his sleep, Adams got pneumonia, and Jefferson tangled with the cat." Harry opened the cage door, and the parrot climbed out and was up to his shoulder. "So it was you last night," Harry said. "Saying good night to me, I mean." "Yeah, kind of slipped out, and then I thought, sleep on it. We'll see what the morning brings. But just now, when you came out with that 'my name is Madison' bit, I simply couldn't keep my big beak shut. How did you know my name was Harry? Because I heard your mommy and daddy call you that. Oh, silly of me. Sorry, I haven't got used to the idea that you can understand everything that's said. What else can you do, Madison? I can read, Harry, and let's see, I can play the piano a bit, Camptown races, Swanee River, that kind of thing. With your feet? With my beak. Oh, and I can use the telephone. One thing I can't do is write. Never been able to hold a pen or pencil properly. Gosh, said Harry, wait till I tell them at school. He felt the parrot's claws tighten a little on his shoulder. And then Madison said, Listen, Harry, something tells me we're going to get along real fine, but I guess there's a little matter we got to get straight right now. The business of me being different from the average parrot. Yes? Keep it to yourself, Harry. George did all those years. Never told a living soul. He reckoned if it ever got out, we'd have every newspaper man and television interviewer in the States down on us. Not to mention scientists wanting to test me or showmen trying to steal me. We just kept it to ourselves. What do you say? You and I do the same. Yes, said Harry, who sounded doubtful. You sound doubtful, Madison said. Well, it's just that it was just the two of you, wasn't it? You and Great-Uncle George. Uh-huh. Well, you see, there's Mum and Dad. They live here too. Oh, sure, said Madison. We'll let them into the secret. Sure we will. They can keep a secret, I imagine. Oh, yes, said Harry. He grinned, and without really thinking what he was doing, reached up to his shoulder and stroked the grey round head with his fingertips. But let's not tell them straight away. Let's have a bit of fun first. Okay, Madison? Sure, Harry, I'll play it any way you want. Thanks, Madison. Thanks, Madison. Oh, and by the way, George used to call me Mad for short. You're welcome to do the same. Thanks, Mad. You must miss him a lot. I hope you're going to like it here. You bet your life, the parrot said. He nibbled gently at the boy's ear. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure, said Harry's Mad.